a month ago, we released a video about the Model 3 configurator, and a lot of you guys liked that, so we decided we might as well do another video that talks about the Model 3 configurator changes, which there are quite a few, and some new Model 3 news. So let's start right here on the landing page. And Tesla, they say that the delivery is 3 to 6 weeks. Now the delivery time in the old video, it was 4 weeks. So that seems to be that Tesla is running into some production bottlenecks or something while creating this car because they have a longer delivery window now. However, Tesla is producing a lot of vehicles, and here's actually a photo of their lot where they're storing all of these electric cars, all these Model 3s actually, and I guess they're just holding them there until they get delivered. So I'm not sure why is that taking so long. Now also, Tesla's Giga Factory, that's having a lot of progress being done to it. Now this is what the Giga Factory looks like. And what Tesla is doing is they're finally installing the solar panels on the top. Now I think after this step, their Giga Factory will be practically done. And for those of you that don't know, the Giga Factory, it'll be used to create the batteries for the Model 3 to keep the price low. So I'm guessing that once that is done, they'll hopefully be able to ramp up production significantly. But after that, let's get started into the configurator. Now for those of you who haven't seen this new design for the configurator, this was actually released sometime in January. Now it's a lot more simplified design, which allows for more options for customization over here. So basically you've just got your colors and your wheels over here. Now there's a video released a couple weeks ago with these wheels. Apparently these are only hubcaps, and these can be removed pretty easily, and there's actually a decent looking wheel underneath that. Now, this is what it looks like, and it's pretty cool that you could just remove that and have some pretty good looking wheels without having to pay more for that. So that's really nice. Now also, a Tesla Model 3 was recently involved in an accident. Now, the Tesla Model 3, it does have 5-star ratings in safety in every category. So luckily, the passenger was safe in the accident, but the car was pretty much totaled by the end of that. And what the passenger or the driver was saying about the accident was that the glass from the touchscreen here on the inside, it shattered and it actually cut his arm. So Elon Musk responded, and they're going to put a film on that glass so it won't shatter in the event of an accident. Another update to the Model 3 after that accident is that the glove box, since that's controlled by the touchscreen over here, it wasn't able to open after the accident. So, of course, Elon Musk responded on Twitter, and he said that that glove box, it'll automatically open if the car senses that it has been in an accident, which is really nice because you need to have all your paperwork for when you need to speak with the other person and all that stuff. Now let's go on to the battery and drivetrain, which is the second section over here. And there are a few changes over here. So right now they're still only offering the rear-wheel drive version, but Tesla, they did say that, Tesla, they're testing their all-wheel drive version, which has another motor up here. And that was spotted in San Francisco earlier, I think last month. So that's pretty cool that they're finally testing that, and hopefully it should be coming soon. Now also over here, actually if we look at the all-wheel drive over here, in the last video that we released, it said spring of 2018. However, now it says mid-2018. So I had originally thought that, okay, if it's spring, maybe March, April, it'll come out. But with mid, maybe it's looking like July or so, or August maybe even, that dual motor all-wheel drive will come out. Also, the battery, they used to say early 2018. However, now it is late 2018. So I'm guessing they probably won't have production for that standard battery started until the end of the year, which is quite unfortunate because there's a lot of people that want to get that battery. But let's continue on to the interior. Now the interior, pretty much all the stuff over here is the same as it was in our last video. But the big change that they've done that isn't really shown over here is that up here, the headliner on the car, they used to say that it's Alcantara. However, it is now a premium textile fabric, as Tesla puts it. So that's probably like the one that's in the Model S and the Model X. And what was kind of weird was that when Tesla, they announced that this was going to be changed, they never really publicly announced it, and they never told the customers. So there are some customers that were quite angry about that because they wanted the Alcantara and now they're stuck with a premium textile fabric. But then there are others that are quite excited because that is, as Tesla says, a nicer material. But that's for the headliner, and then there's also some other changes here to the steering wheel. So, as you guys know, the Model 3, it's just one screen and a steering wheel, and the steering wheel, really all it has is two buttons, one over there and one on the right. So, there's really not much you can do while you're driving unless you shift your vision over to the center console. So, what Tesla has promised is that they're going to improve their voice control system so that you can control the car using only your voice. Now, of course, that's there in the majority of cars, but you can only do small little functions like maybe navigation or maybe increasing volume. But Elon Musk says that practically every feature of the car will be controllable through your voice. So when that comes out, that's going to be pretty exciting, and I can't wait to see that in action. Also, for the interior, as we see, these seats are black, and they only have the black option. Now, there was a Model 3 that was spotted with a white interior. Check this out. That is gorgeous. I think that with the white interior, the Model 3, it feels a lot more spacious from the looks, and it looks really nice. So I'm quite excited for when that comes out. Other changes to the interior that Tesla is doing. So when I was driving to San Francisco Airport, I saw a Model 3 with manufacturing plates on it, and if you see over here, like the steering wheel, it's a full circle, which is normal. That steering wheel was only a semicircle. Only the bottom half was there. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a photo, and it seems as if nobody else has seen that either because there's no photos on the internet. But I'm pretty interested on what was the point of that. So that's interesting. What are they trying to do with that? But just telling you guys what I saw, and we'll see what this Tesla do with that. And lastly, on the interior, so the Model 3 with the premium package, it has a premium audio system. Now, since the Model 3 is electric, there's no engine noise, and the only real noise that comes into the cabin is from the road and the tire, and wind noise, of course. So that actually tends to be very loud in a car like this. And what Tesla has promised is that they're going to adjust their sound system so that when your car is going faster, it'll somehow drown out that noise. Now, what they haven't announced is how are they going to do that. So I'm speculating that either it'll be some sort of like a white noise that'll drown out that road noise, or they might just increase the volume. Now, let's see what they do, because I'm pretty excited, and hopefully that can stop a lot of the haters from saying that, oh, the Model 3 and the Model S, they're so loud on the inside. So, whenever that comes, we're waiting for that. Now, let's go into the Autopilot section, the last section here. So, in the configurator, pretty much everything here is the same, but Tesla has changed some stuff in the software. So, Elon Musk has been talking a lot about updated Autopilot systems. Now, that is obviously going to come because they need to keep on updating it as they reach this full self-driving capability. But the first step to that is to have good navigation. Now, Tesla has been kind of notorious for not having good navigation. So the maps that Tesla uses, they're Google Maps. But then the navigation system, it's Tesla. So they don't use Google's algorithm. And Tesla's algorithm is not the best in many cases. And the reason for that is kind of unknown. But Tesla is starting to use some other open source map platforms to make their mapping system better. And Elon Musk said that that is going to come out very soon. They're almost done with that. So he says it's light years ahead. Now, I don't know what does that mean, but that'll be pretty interesting to see how good of a navigation system it will be. Hopefully it'll take into account traffic, shortest roads, and all of that stuff. And hopefully you can get to your destination quicker. Also, with Autopilot, we know that Autopilot, it has many different sensors. In fact, it has 8 cameras and a lot of radar or sonar sensors that will warn you and keep you in the lane and all of that stuff. But those sensors are also used for your auto rain sensing wipers. And Tesla's actually been doing a lot with that. Their new rain sensing wipers are supposed to be very precise or very sensitive to even light mist. And some people are speculating that it'll even be able to sense dirt and stuff like that when it's on the windshield, and it'll wipe that stuff away. Now, this may not seem like a big deal because you could just do that wiping manually, but the big reason for this is because with Autopilot, you don't want to have any stuff blocking the cameras or the sensors that are in the front. So it's really good that they have this so they can clean that off if there's anything that's there blocking the sensors. And lastly, also somewhat with Autopilot, is one camera of the Autopilot suite is the backup camera. And the backup camera used to be quite bad, to say the least, in the Model 3. Now, somehow, using just a software update, they have increased the quality of that backup camera. And now, it's almost the quality of a Model S or a Model X backup camera quality, which is quite great. So, hopefully, all of these are steps to increase the Autopilot capabilities and get them to this full self-driving. But that's pretty much it for Autopilot. And then lastly, there's just the payment section where they, well, it adds up all the price and all that stuff. And what is actually quite interesting here that I didn't mention in the last video is that they still mention this federal tax credit. Now, if you don't know, the federal tax credit is only for 200,000 vehicles from that manufacturer. Now, for any of the other manufacturers, they're nowhere near that 200,000 vehicles because they can't sell their electric vehicles because, well, Tesla is kind of taking that market. But Tesla has sold, I think, over 190,000. And by the amount of people that are placing their deposit on this car, who knows if that will be there in the 3 to 6 weeks that Tesla says to get your car. So I'm not sure if that'll still be available. Like, if you place your order now, will you still get that tax credit? It's interesting that Tesla is still, quote-unquote, promising the federal tax credit. But, well, we'll see. When will they hit that 200,000? But that's pretty much it for the updates to the Model 3 configurator. There are a few updates to the configurator, and there was a lot of new Model 3 news. Now, I want to say a thank you to Tesla Roddy. They're a news source. I'll link them down below. That's where I got the majority of these photos from. So thanks for those. And also, thanks guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And let us know if you want to see any other Model 3 content down in the comments. Thanks for watching.